I went out grocery shopping recently and I observed an event. Across the road from me, there was a young man who appeared to be in his mid 30s in cuffs, and there were policemen surrounding him. And on the other side of the road, there was a lady who appeared to have gone grocery shopping also, and she was coming out with a bag of groceries. And it got me meditating on a thought, which time is your friend. Why do some people see time as their friend and some other people experience time as something as resistance? And being who I am, I went on an experiment. My name is Silas Sombayu, and I like to do experiments and to share the tips with us all so that we can all work better. If you ever catch yourself thinking or find yourself thinking that time isn't your friend, the first tip I'll share with you is that the mountain is you. The mountain is always you if you feel like you're in a position where you're doing the right thing but the wrong thing is happening. And scientists have actually done research and come up with an acronym for what it means to start afresh every day, and it's called New Start. The N in New Start stands for nutrition. So are you eating healthy food? Do you have good habits? Do you have balance in your life? The E in New Start stands for exercise. So mental and physical exercise and stability. And a balanced lifestyle, do you have all of that? The W stands for water, so for cleansing, for detoxing, for stability. Do you use water as well as you should? Nobody wants to live with a person who has their bath once a month. Nobody wants to live with a person like that. So are you using water the right way? So the W in New Start stands for water. The S stands for sunlight. I've spoken a few times about going into nature, touching grass, and sunlight is good for vitamins. So being out in the sunlight, experiencing nature, is good for a new start. The T that stands for temperance. So do you have control? Do you live a good life? Do you make time for relationships, to maintain and to create new ones? Do you go out? Do you network? Do you experience your environment? That's temperance. Do you have control? The A stands for air. So for breathing, a lot of people do breathing exercises. It's really good. And then R stands for rest. So rest is good for brain development. Rest is also good for mental and physical homeostasis. So do you get enough rest? And then the T stands for trust. Do you trust in a higher power? A higher power is how you're able to like realize that actually like you're not the highest, and this higher power controls the future events, and you only need to pray and to give thanks for the good breaks you expect to have. And you don't have to think about what happened about past events, because past events are in the past. They are called past for a reason. So you put the past behind you and have a new start. So if you want to make time with your friend, then you have to recognize that every day is a blank canvas. Is a canvas for a new start. And understanding how to have a new start is having a routine such that every day you wake up in each of these 8 categories, you're able to have a non-zero day. That's how to have a new start. The second tip I got through my experiment to share with anybody who wants to make time their friend is that today is better than yesterday. What that simply means is that what is within your sphere of control is more important than what is outside your sphere of control. So what's within your sphere of control? What's within your sphere of control is the most important thing you have for the day. What you want to spend 3 hours doing, that's what's within your sphere of control. And we want to stretch it, then your shorter task and your maintenance task, that's within your sphere of control. What's not within your sphere of control? What other people think. That's not within your sphere of control. what other people are doing, that's not within your sphere of control. Past events, that's not within your sphere of control. Future events, that's not within your sphere of control. What's within your sphere of control is now. What's within your control is what's happening in the moment. So if you're able to bring your awareness, your energy, and to pay attention to what's happening in the moment, in your to-do list, in your routine, in the challenges that you've intentionally signed up for, these are the things that are within your sphere of control, and it allows you to focus and to be prepared. So to make time your friend, you said two things so far. One, the mountain is you. Two is that today, now is better than yesterday, and to focus on what's within your self control. The final tip I'll give anybody to make time their friend is that start feeling the emotions of fulfilled desire now. If you want a promotion, if ever there was a net in life, for self-control and for a balanced nervous system, it is to start feeling the emotions of fulfilled desire now. So if you're after a job, if you're seeking for a promotion, whatever it is that you're seeking for, how can you start feeling that awe, that bliss, that joy right now before everything manifests itself? It is in feeling those desire, the emotions of fulfilled desire now, that you signal to your environment. You become greater than the circumstances that are happening, and you're able to rise above and to see that what's happening in the moment doesn't really determine what's going to happen in the future, because you cannot predict and you're trusting in the higher power. And when you have these 4 tips in mind, and when you practice these 4 things, you begin to realize that you're right on time, and that time is your friend, but you can have a new start every day. Thank you so much for always watching and for listening. Thanks for coming out. I'll catch you on the next one.